Hi and welcome to Indigo Starfire. My name is Bevin, and in this video I'm going to be doing a channeled message from your Divine Masculine. There are 3 groups to choose from. Group 1 is this crystal. Group 2 is this crystal. And group 3 is this crystal. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups, or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to. I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps in the description box of the video for each group if you'd like to jump ahead. And up next is a close-up photo of the crystals to help you better make your selection. Hi, Group 1. You chose this crystal. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or serve as additional messages for you from your Divine Masculine, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the 7 of Cups, Temperance, King of Cups, Strength, the Moon, 10 of Swords, the Tower, 5 of Wands, 3 of Cups, and the Emperor. I was not prepared for the emotional reaction that I had to you the last time we were in contact with one another. I have been reeling in the aftermath of that, going over the various ways in which I might have done a better job of letting you know that although it is a slow progress I am making towards you, I do not intend to keep the door between the two of us closed forever. I can sense your confusion across the distance, and it pains me that I am not in a place within myself of being able to address you fully at this time, because there's so much that I want to say that I know would bring you peace and solace and could help the two of us to together figure out what comes next in the situation. But I am trying my best to appear confident, to work up the courage to go all in with you, because I know that this circumstance is unique. I will never find anyone like you again, and that it ultimately does serve my highest good to keep an open mind about what can develop between the two of us. But I am deeply challenged at this point in time, because as much as I try to compare what is happening here energetically, emotionally, and actually to everything that I have ever experienced in love and partnership before, nothing compares to this circumstance. And so I am forced to think outside of the box and look towards unorthodox explanations to define the nature of what it is that we are to one another and what this means for the both of us going forward. I don't want to miss the opportunity to show you a love that is unlike anything else you have ever experienced. And there's a part of me that says there is a necessary preparation period that needs to take place in order for me to match the frequency and vibration that you hold so effortlessly inside. I don't want to take my time, and yet I am trying to be methodical. I am an overthinker by nature, and so I am planning all of the best best and worst case scenarios of what could happen between the two of us down to the most minute detail. I have spoken to other people in confidence about this situation, and everyone has unanimously told me that I need to simply follow my heart and allow the circumstance to happen naturally between us, which feels like the easiest solution possible and yet is the hardest thing to do at this moment in time. I want so much to experience the full blooming of whatever this is between the two of us in an expedient fashion, because it feels like the longer that I wait to simply open myself up to the exchange of beautiful energies between the two of us directly in a face-to-face manner, the longer that I am prolonging the inevitable happiness that I know we shall experience with one another. I have been miserable without you recently and in terms of my life overall, because this new feeling that you have awakened inside of me has caused every bit of joy regarding romance that I have known before to pale in comparison to even what the suggestion of a future with you feels like. You are like my answered prayer, who have come into my life at a point when I was simply going through the motions of my regular reality, thinking that the best in love was already far behind me, and yet I feel a renewed sense of optimism for what the future can hold, and this is all thanks to the beautiful sunshine that your presence represents to me. I feel you so strongly next to me during the night, and there are times when I awake and it is as if your essence is right there with me. I want so much to close this gap between the two of us and to be able to explore the options of where we are currently and where we both are wanting to head towards individually and together. Though there is so much we still need to explore and discover about one another, I have a sense that you are aligned with my highest destiny and that my life will be reshaped for the better once I simply invite you into my life fully. You are everything that I could have ever hoped for in a person, all wrapped up into one beautiful package. And it is still amazing to me that you are real and that you are really here in my life at this particular point in time. I am drawn towards you and compelled towards you in a way that is getting harder and harder to resist. So please keep an open mind and be expecting communication from me very soon, because it is difficult for me to resist the urge to simply open up in the heart space and trust fully in whatever will develop between us. And I don't want to keep you waiting or guessing or risk that someone else will come along and be bold where I am being pensive at this particular point in time. So I know that it serves both of our highest good for me to take the lead in this situation in a proactive way and simply allow the beautiful mystery of whatever we are to one another to be discovered gradually in its own time together. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. And we have it's more complicated than you think. I check up on you through social media. I let my fears get the best of me. I'm working on being a better version of myself. I'm walking away from toxic situations. I'll never forget the time we spent together. I'm frustrated with myself. You always know what to say to make me feel better. I love to flirt with you. And I am truly sorry. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Got R, F, J, W R O L S D U I V H Q T L N and F. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 2. Chose this crystal. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energy surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part or can serve as additional messages for you from your divine masculine, and then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have Temperance, 10 of Cups, King of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, 7 of Wands, King of Cups, 4 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, Judgment, and the 2 of Wands. I know I'm keeping my distance, but I also can't keep my eyes off of you. I'm watching you from afar, studying the details of you that you are making known in a way that is accessible to me, so that I can discover all the ways in which you need me to love you completely, because it feels like it would be the privilege of a lifetime to allow myself to dive in deep, to swim through all the layers of the waters that you are emotionally speaking, which I feel would be a rejuvenating and enlivening experience for us both. You have drawn me in like a moth to the flame, and you have captivated my attention in a way that no one has before. It felt from the very first moment that I met you as if you were somebody so familiar, and I struggled to put together the pieces of how we could be relative strangers to one another, and yet there was a sense of a homecoming the moment that you first opened your mouth to speak to me. Your voice resounds deeply within my soul. I do not simply hear you with my physical vessel, but it is as if a part of me that I had been detached from previously comes online whenever you are speaking about even the most ordinary of things, and reminds me that there is so much more to myself and to life itself that I had been focusing on up to this point in time. I am looking for answers as far as what the next step between the two of us shall be, and I am doing this by soul searching, looking back on the times where I was hopeful of the outcome of other circumstances, romantically speaking, in my life, and the ways in which I fell short or invested too much hope in the wrong thing in order to course correct with you, try something different, and hopefully experience a different sort of result than what I have known up to this point in time. I don't want to bring unnecessary baggage to your door, and so I feel that it is important for me to fight certain battles inside of myself first before I am fully ready to experience the totality of what we might become to one another. I see you as somebody that I want to grow with in a long-term sense. I feel that we have much to teach one another as far as life and love are concerned. I dream about you nearly every night nowadays, and it is a comfort to feel your essence so close to me, even though our physical bodies are apart. There are times where I am going through the daily motions of my regular life, and it almost feels as if I will look up and catch sight of you. So I wonder if in those moments you are sending me loving thoughts, and just in case you are, I send love back in your direction. I hope that my energy does not overwhelm you, because I am wanting to come across as a comforting and stable presence for you, because I know that you have already gone through so much chaos with people that you were dealing with previously who professed that they had good intentions but left you worse for wear. I want to be somebody that helps you to heal beyond the trust issues that you have, that gives you confidence in yourself and helps to fill in all those empty spaces where you struggle to find love and compassion for yourself. I look at you and I see living art. I am amazed and inspired by the person that you are and by all that I know you shall become, with or without me. I want so much to be the one that walks with you through all the seasons of your life to come. I want to be the one that you turn to in times of trouble, just as I want you to be the one who is there for me through life's ups and downs. I feel that it is no mistake that we have encountered one another. There is destiny written all over this connection. You have brought forth a mystical part of me to the surface that has me exploring things as far as past lives and future possibilities. And regardless of whatever the timeline holds for us, I want to be able to savor each moment of this incarnation that we have with one another. There are times where I wish that we had come into one another's lives sooner so that there would be more time to love each other totally and fully. And so when I am able to express the truth of what I feel for you inside outward in the light of day, I want to make sure that we move at a progressive and steady pace in an expedient manner forward into the future together, so that we are able to savor every drop of the time that we have with one another. I am so certain about you. Everything within me and all the signs that I have been receiving outwardly point in the direction that it is a good idea, and the green light has been given to take the next step in this situation and see what more can develop between the two of us. I am trying to present myself to you in a chivalrous manner so that I can make up for anyone you have encountered previously that was careless and rushed with your heart at the expense of building a proper foundation, which may or may not have been the culprit behind why things fell apart. I want to create something enduring and lasting with you. I would like to be both your true love and your last love, if that is possible. And so I am taking careful steps and measures to ensure that I do not repeat the same mistakes that I have in other circumstances in my life, because this is a situation that is entirely different and therefore requires an entirely different approach than I have thought was possible before. So those are your messages. Let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. And we have, you always know what to say to make me feel better. I abandon our connection out of fear. I'm trying to impress you. I don't want anyone else but you. A lot has changed. I am hiding my true feelings for you. I got triggered. You inspire me to do better. Meeting you is the best thing that ever happened to me. And I am truly sorry. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name for you or your divine masculine, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got S, M, Y, R, O, S, N, Z, J, X, B, P, A, V, V, F, N, A, and I. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, Group 3. Chose this crystal. So I'm going to start with some tarot and use these as the framework for the channeling, and then I will dive into the deeper energies surrounding that. I'm going to be channeling in the first person tense using pronouns such as I, me, you, and we. And following this initial portion of the reading, I'll get some standalone message cards that can either reinforce what comes through in the first part, or can serve as additional messages for you from your divine masculine. And then I'll close the reading out with some initials. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands, the Hermit, Two of Wands, Ace of Swords, King of Wands, the Star, Wheel of Fortune, Five of Cups, the Tower, and the Nine of Wands. It's not easy to admit that I was wrong, that I abandoned our connection when I should have let you know that I was feeling the intensity and nature of this unexplainable phenomenon between the two of us in a way that was outside of my depth and comfort zone. I was so deeply triggered, all I could do was bolt, and I know that I need to provide you with an explanation of my motivations that is accompanied by a willingness and demonstration of change and consistency in order to try and win your trust back and earn a place in your life once more. It has been like agony to be away from you, because everything inside of me is telling me that every day that goes by that I do not make things right between the two of us is a step further in the wrong direction that I am now headed. You have changed the trajectory of my life in a most amazing manner, and it is hard to try and go back to the way in which I was living prior to meeting you. Everything around me seems to point to the reality that you were the missing piece all along in my life. Nothing makes sense without you, and everything falls into place when I contemplate what it would be like to create a solid and long-lasting partnership between the two of us. You are the abundance that I have been needing in my world, and although things are going well, relatively speaking, in other ways, there is an emptiness now because the light of you and your life in my life is now a vacant spot. I am unable to fully detach from the reality that I want a second chance with you, that I want more than anything to redeem myself and prove that you were not foolish by taking a chance on me to begin with. I know that I am the one who awakened your heart and simply left you in a stranded energy, wondering what happened, second guessing yourself, everything that you had said and done, because I know how you are and how you are prone to overthinking, and that it is now my duty and obligation to do whatever is necessary in order to convince you thoroughly that it is okay to forgive yourself for any perception of shortcomings, because it was nothing that you had done wrong which yielded the current situation between the two of us, but instead was a deep-seated fear inside of me that I have finally found the one that I have been looking for all these years and had given up hope of ever arriving. I don't know why I have pushed you away when you are wish fulfillment for me. This is a dilemma that I know I must solve before I can expect you to take me back into your life. I don't want to be just another person that takes you on a whirlwind experience of romance only to leave you in a place where it is necessary for you to become more guarded and cautious with whoever next might spark interest with you. I know that you have been made to second guess yourself time and again with people who professed interest only to turn and run in the opposite direction when you finally allowed them to see who you truly are. I wished that I had been a different sort of person, that I had done the preparations emotionally inside of myself prior to your arrival into my reality. But you hit me like a ton of bricks, and so now I am in the process of trying to move out of my own way and still my ego so that I am able to come forth to you in a softer and more certain energy than I was occupying before. You have awakened me to the need to prioritize love at this time over the things that I had been focused on as the meaning of and value of my life at this time. You have come into my world and into my reality, offering me a second chance and an opportunity to move towards a different kind of future than I thought was available to me at this stage of my reality. And I know that I will never have an opportunity like this with another person again. And so it is in my best interest to prioritize whatever I need to do in order to vanquish the fear inside of me that is timid to open up to you, not because I fear that you would push me away, but because of the level of understanding and acceptance that I know that you would hold for me, which at this time I don't necessarily feel worthy of, but that I understand is exactly the medicine that my soul requires. Thank you for being somebody that has shown me a different side of life than I had been focusing on, and for activating the potential within me to rise into a better version of myself, so that together we might be able to carve out a new path going forward towards a life that is filled with fulfillment, not just in a material sense, but also in terms of the abundance of love that flows so freely and effortlessly between the two of us. So, those are your messages. Let's see what else your divine masculine wants you to know. Okay, and we have, you always know what to say to make me feel better. You have the most beautiful soul. I get excited every time I see you. I haven't forgotten about you. I shouldn't have let you go. I can feel your energy even when we are apart. I love to flirt with you. I see things differently now. I realize now what I did was wrong. And I'm so happy when I am around you. So these initials can be a first, middle, or last name, or can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. We've got A, H, A, E, G L N I P D U F V I B T and Y. So those are your messages. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer those through my Etsy shop, and there's a link to that in the description box of the video. I offer a variety of pre-recorded video readings, written readings, and channeled letters. Turnaround time on everything is 5 to 7 days from the time of purchase. I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.